Where do I even start? Pretty much all my recent videos have been related to fixing the game, and recently I have pretty much started like a little mini trend about fixing the game, which is awesome. I'm happy to see that, and obviously I'm glad that that's a thing because that's the reason I started making those videos. But it seems like it's gotten to a point now where I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot. I feel like just in general a lot of the ideas are being repeated, and that's not to say that they shouldn't be repeated in hopes that, you know, KingsIsle will actually take us seriously. That's not really the point of this video. The point of this video is that, at least for me and on my channel, and I'm sure other YouTubers will continue to do stuff, but it just feels like, number one, in this process of trying to make the game better, feels like I've lost a little bit of my appreciation for the game as it is. And that's not something I wanted. Like, I see a lot of comments now, people are like, bro, why don't you go play another game? You know, like, why are you playing this game? And they're completely missing the point, but I don't blame them because I've sort of not been very straight with that. I mean, I said it once, I made a video called I Actually Don't Hate KingsIsle, but other than that, I just feel like people don't realize that, like, I'm doing this all out of my love for the game. I mean, it's my favorite video game ever. Why would I ever start a channel, build it completely around this game, and try to help them fix the game if I didn't like the game? But it is true that recently I just feel like I'm not as appreciative of some of the things that have been done. Now, do I think there's a lot of changes that need to be made? And we'll get to that in a second. But that's one of the reasons I just think in the future I'm gonna do slightly less videos about fixing the game. Like, I'm still gonna do it, I still think it's fun, I think you guys enjoy it and I do too, but more really when I have good ideas, like really good ideas, because I just feel like a lot of the ideas now are just being, you know, recycled. And as I said, the other thing is they're just ideas, and I'm a full believer in you gotta start somewhere, but to be honest, like, I would love to get some, I don't know, I don't really know what I want, but I just feel like we've given our ideas enough, and I feel like now it's sort of up to KingsIsle to decide what they want to do, because at the end of the day, we don't have the power. But I think we've made at least a pretty big statement, and I hope we make a bigger one, but I think at this point, I feel like we've gotten the point across. And if you just throw away all of the ideas that we put out, I think it sort of comes down to one thing. We just need a lot of big changes in this game, you know, like, we just need some big updates that, you know, and when I say big, I don't mean you need to go out and hire 5,000 people and, you know, triple the size of your game studio to make this happen. I'm talking, when I say big changes, I mean like trying to see what happens when you ban shadow spells in PvP. That's not a big change in terms of like people that you need, but that would have a big impact on the game. You know, like, it seems like right now a lot of the updates are like little change, little impacts. Like, we need a lot of little change, big impact stuff. And that is, I think, really what I want to see in the game. Regardless of what it is, I just feel like these safe updates, at least for me personally, and again, this is my opinion, I hope you agree with me, but if you don't, that's okay, you can have your opinion too. But in my opinion, I would rather see them go out, way out, try some crazy stuff, and then adjust it back so it works, instead of doing these baby steps where it's like daily PvP rewards, you know, like, can't queue up against the same person for a little bit, like, ban shadow spells, right? Like, just go out and do stuff, ban shadow spells, and put it in test realm and see what happens. The other thing, as I said, I've been a huge advocate of using the test realm as a test realm. Like, I don't think anybody else would complain if you spent a little bit of time making an update for test realm where you adjusted a bunch of stuff in PvP, you put it in test realm, everybody tested it, and it completely failed, and then it postponed the new world for 3 months. I would not care, personally. Personally, I would think that would be amazing because it says that they're trying, and they're trying new stuff. I just feel like you should not be afraid of making mistakes here, because I just think we need big updates. Who cares if they work? You know, like, who cares if the new world gets delayed a little bit? At least you guys are trying, and as I said, test realms are really fun if they actually have a lot of new content in them. Like, the thing is, even if you release a test realm and none of it goes to live realm, even if it's up for 3 weeks, that's like a bunch of fun content. But I think just, at the end of the day, for the sake of current players, old players returning, and new players, there just need to be some big changes. You know, whatever those are, I genuinely believe that that's really the solution here. And if you guys don't agree with me, let me know why, but I think some of you will, because this is something that's not new, not a new idea at all. but it's just sort of the broad theme here, and I just wanted to make this video to sort of wrap up all of these ideas I've been saying. As I said, I will continue to do more, but again, I kind of want to focus on appreciating the game more for what it is, finding ways to enjoy the game in its current state, and those are going to be some of the videos I'll have in the future. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this, be sure to subscribe, leave a like, let me know what you thought. Obviously, again, I don't love that I have to say this all the time, but all of this stuff has been my opinion, okay? Feel free to disagree with me, right? Please disagree with me, actually, because it makes it way more interesting. But please be smart about it. Like, when people when you guys go into the comments and you're just like, I disagree, it's like, are you kidding me? Like, give me an argument. I love talking to you guys. Like, I will argue with you guys all day, and it's super fun, and I love it. Like, I don't expect to be right all the time, but I think it would be really nice if we could have more of a conversation in this community instead of just polarizing each other. But now it seems like I'm getting into politics, so I'm gonna stop. You guys get the point. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all in my next video.
Don't know what's come over me. Feels like I can't take the heat. It's hard to ignore all these pictures on my timeline when it's really all I see. It's like, why you going out so much? Like it's not